Okay, so I'm here with Mr. Andreeas Binder, champ, lightweight and welterweight at LFL with a fantastic victory. Another finish yet again. He's not long home. How are you? Thank you very much for joining me. How are you feeling with the two belts? And have you got the two of them back home with you now? Yeah.
Yeah, what's the crack, Dave? Yeah, I only got back home yesterday. It's just been a long week, but yeah, we're back home now. I, of course, have the two belts in my trophy cabinet. I'm just staring at them. But yeah, it feels good. It's good to kind of like, leading up to fights and everything. You're in that kind of like fighter mentality, like it's fight, 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 fight. But now you can just kind of like just chill out, man. You know what I mean? Like the work is done. Everything just you can go back to normal life. I'll be back in work now tomorrow. So yeah, just back to being me again. You know what I mean? Just working, spending some time with the family and stuff. So it's nice.
Yeah, and of course you had good support with you as you always do. You have a fantastic partner who supports everything you do,
Yeah,
and a
yeah.
fantastic family and a nice core group. We spoke about that before.
Mhm.
Um, Obviously during fight camps and stuff like that, not that you would neglect your family or anything, but like there's a lot of kind of trade-off that you kind of have to do with that. They probably don't get to see you as much. And is that why you like when after the fight and you can kind of celebrate with them because they've been with you from day one?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Once when I'm in fight camp and they know that, like I said, I have such a great support and friends and family that they know when I'm in fight camp. I That's why I don't go back as often back to Galway and stuff like that to visit them. I literally just do my routine work, train, home, and repeat that every single day. But yeah, it's great. Like they understand what I do. They support me with everything they can, and it shows. It pays off in my fights. It shows in my personality, and it's helping me grow as well as a fighter and as a person. So now that everything is done, like especially now coming up to Christmas, just perfect timing. You know what I mean? It's just I can actually enjoy Christmas with them and spend time with them and actually like enjoy being there instead of just kind of like being training, training, training. Obviously, I still be training coming up to Christmas and stuff because I don't want to get too heavy. But no, I'm going to spend a lot more time with them, like
Yeah, and it's good, like you said, that the fight was before Christmas because I couldn't imagine what it's like if it was just say mid-January. Because obviously you're going to be there with your family, but your mind's also because I know you're
yeah,
so locked in when it comes to fight
yeah.
time. You're locked in. So when this fight came about, how did you feel about? Because like I would like to see you more active. I know you want to be more active, but to get two belts is quite an accomplishment, no, especially at pro level. Um, when the fight came about, like how did it come about? How easy did you say yes? And what was your preparations like for this fight? Did it differ to anything before?
So so I was the alternate fighter for PFL Glasgow in September, and obviously none of the lads pulled out or missed weight or anything for the welterweight tournament. So I was on weight then. I was there. I was flown. I kind of like went through the whole experience of it. And then after the tournament, they said you'll be on the PFL Lyon card on the 14th of December. I was like, grand. So I was like, this is perfect. I have no niggles, I have no knocks, anything. So literally, I flew back home. I was back in training the following day. I was like, this is perfect. And then my opponent declined the fight, and they just couldn't get me a replacement. So I was like, you know what, I need to stay active. So then LFL came around to Paul, my manager, and was like, look, Melvin is looking to defend his belt, the welterweight title. And I knew of Melvin. I knew he was very experienced as well. He's a dangerous fight for anyone. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that fight without even questioning anything. You know what I mean? Because I knew I worked so hard. Like my last fight was in April against Victor Kuku, and that was kind of like my first fight back at welterweight after obviously the two weight misses at lightweight for PFL and stuff. And I was just like, that was kind of like the biggest challenge throughout the whole year. Just getting back in there, it felt like I was kind of like ring rust or like gun shy as well, like to even throw or land. But look, I got the finish. And then this came about. I was more than ready. I was in bowling camp at that stage, so it was just literally just a week earlier than PFL Lyon. Everything was on track, weight wise, training wise, mentality. I was just like, I just wanted to prove a point. I was like, I haven't gone anywhere. Just as I fought once this year, I haven't gone anywhere. So obviously, I would have wanted to be more active and stuff because I usually like to fight 3, 4 times a year. This time I only fought twice, but yeah, I was just excited, man. It was kind of like a very, very technical match because, and that's all down to the promoters and the matchmakers. Like it was a phenomenal from top to bottom. Like it was very evenly matched towards for everyone. And I knew Melvin is, he has knockout power. He's a judo black belt as well, jiu-jitsu black belt. So I was like, look, I'm going to prove a point. I'm going to win the double weight champion. So I was ready.
And you done it in style again, and that's what I love about you is no matter how dangerous the opponent is, you'll always take the fight. A lot of people would be cautious about taking a fight, about potentially losing, and losing that momentum. But for you, you're a fighter. You're going to take the fight, and like that, you wanted to prove. And as you have been doing for years, I feel, and it took a long time for you to get the recognition you deserve, in my opinion. That you're doing it, like to get these knockouts, like you're just like your last couple of fights are just highlight reels, the potential highlight reels. How does it feel to be finishing people as opposed to just winning?
It's we have that saying in the gym, Jesus loves knockouts. You know what I mean? Like people, when the people pay to go and watch a fight, they want entertainment, they want knockouts, they want like beautiful performances, not just a boring 3 round fight, like, And if it is a 3 round fight, it's gonna be just back and forth, absolutely punch the shit out of each other because that's what we're paid to do, like, you know what I mean? But it just shows my skill level. Like as you can tell, every single fight I go into, my skill level is growing. Whether it's my striking, whether it's my MMA game in general. Like I'm just more composed. I'm more mature. I'm not rushing into stuff anymore. Like I think it comes to that stage that I'm kind of hitting my prime at the moment. Maybe I didn't hit it yet, but I have a feeling I'll say the next year it's gonna be a very, very big year for me. Like, and I'm just so composed. It's not that I start slow in the first round, but people don't see the first round. They think I'm not being active, but I'm just visualizing your moves, what you're gonna do next. What's your little kind of like your game plan? What's your head movement? Where are you gonna be next? And then second round, I put it on you, and I know exactly where you're gonna be. You know, and when I landed that first big overhand, I knew he was going to keep on shifting over to the right side. I knew every time he'd chop it, like he'd move to a different. You have a pattern. Every fighter has a pattern. And then second round, I was like, I'm going to knock him out this round with the same hand. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, it's like Floyd Mayweather when you think about it. When remember Floyd Mayweather was start first 2 rounds, he downloads the information, and
Yeah.
like you said, your opponent's going to move that way. And is that just because it's like a muscle memory as opposed to being conscious about the movement that's the way his body's naturally going to move? So you're looking at that, you throw a feint, he's going to go this way, and that's the way they'll always divert it. Is that like muscle memory or is that?
I I don't know really. I think it's just experience wise, you know what I mean? Like the more you fight, the more you see these things. Like even at the amateur level for me, starting off, I had the same pattern, I had the same thing. As you progress and the more fights you're gonna have and stuff, you just kind of develop all these IQ level gets better, should I say. But MMA IQ level gets better. So you see all these opportunities, these openings. And every fighter has those patterns, you know what I mean? It's just how you adapt them, how you change them in training and stuff, because you don't want to be repetitive movement. We get drilled down into our heads from Roddy every single day. You don't want repetitive movements. You have to react differently. You have to hit and don't get hit. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want to be there. You want to be somewhere else when they throw the like it's and what made it easier with him, he had a Dutch style kickboxing. So like those type kickboxing, for some people that don't know, it's like I throw combination, you throw combinations. You know what I mean? So I kind of visualized. I was like, right, he's throwing this, I'll throw that, and then I wait what's his next move, and then I just kind of downloaded all that information in the first round, finished him off in the second.
Yeah, and it must be some feeling to get it. And one person who's really high on you, because I'd watched the fights, not the Robin Black, when he speaks about you on commentary. How does it feel for someone like Robin Black, who's worldwide renowned, and he's not the only one? Like the commentators speak highly of you. When you're getting this recognition from people that are in the business so long and they're so good at it, what does that feel like for you to get the recognition of people like that?
Obviously, I'm just so happy and privileged, and yeah, I'm definitely privileged working alongside all these people like that have been in the game for such a long time. Whether it was fighting, whether it's commentating, whether it's, you know what I mean. It shows that all the hard work that I'm doing, it's paying off, and I'm showcasing my talent to everyone. Like, and it's just the way I am. You know what I mean? You either like me or you hate me. So, but I will never change.
Yeah, well, we all over here, we love you, and I know I love you, and I love your style, and one of the things you talked about, obviously, Roddy, what he says. Talk to me about Roddy. I was actually watching an old UFC fight, and I could hear Roddy talking to Conor, and I thought that's mad because I see him every now and again at shows, and to hear him on TV again is a bit mad. But talk to us about Roddy, what he means to you, and what he means to that gym, and how good he is, because he's probably the best striking coach within the country, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. Look, Roddy is not just a phenomenal coach, but he's a great friend. He's a mentor to all of us, not just to me, but to everyone in the gym. Like, and we really look up to him. You know what I mean? So, obviously, he paved the way as a coach for a lot of fighters out there. You know what I mean? And especially on my career, he played a massive part into it. When I stepped in the gym 4 years ago, obviously, I was nervous. I was like, this is a new beginning for me. It's a new head coach. What do I do or anything? So yeah, he just developed me as a fighter, as a person. It's just fantastic. He's like I said it time and time again. He's one of the best striking coaches in the world, not just Ireland. And people underestimate his jiu-jitsu as well. Like his jiu-jitsu is insane. Like I'll say if he comes out of retirement right now, he'd fucking start dropping people for fun. You know what I mean? He's just that good, but he's so technical. You listen to him, when you're fighting, you win your fights. It's that simple. Like, and sometimes maybe I need to listen a bit more because I just get carried away with the striking. So I think I'm fucking Mayweather now. But no, he's just great. He's great to us all, and it just shows the achievements we're bringing in the gym, starting from like the teens, the kids, up to the pros, and it shows the level we're improving every single day.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a family feel. And when I see, like, especially your fighting championship, you usually have a lot of fighters on that show. And I do see when Sarah's not on it, she's always shouting people out, and you're all together like so well. And one thing, talk to us about the teams coming out there, because obviously you've got Morgan, you've got Ben Mann, you've got so many good. There's a new
Mm.
crop coming through. When you look at these coming through and how skilled they are you thinking like how good is this gym going to get, and how much has it evolved since like you were that age, because the the training has evolved and over time, like what you
Yeah.
looking at when you see these teams and you're going like they're good.
Yeah, I see all these young lads. Like you see Ireland. He just made his IOR debut there, and I think he just turned 16 or something, or probably younger than that. Then you have Cameron as well. You have Ross. There's so many names out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like young kids, they're like under 15s and stuff, and you see them progressing through. And then you see the crop after that. Then you see the likes of Ben, Morgan. And then you have like the more experienced lads like Alex, Aiden, Max. You know what I mean? Like it's something else. And the good thing about it, it's like when someone has a fight, it's kind of like everyone is in fight camp. You know what I mean? So we bounce off each other. We get information off you. I try and share my knowledge with you. I learn off you. Like that's the way we are. Like we're just like a big family. Like there's no egos in the gym whatsoever. So it's just perfect, man. We're evolving as a team, not as an individual. Because I know it's an individual sport going in the cage, but you need a good team behind you to make that cage walk, if that makes sense, you know?
It does, because I remember that was one of the points in MMA in depth that you really kind of stuck in my mind at the time, because it is individual, but you wouldn't be there with the people behind you. And I'm going to give
Yeah,
a quick shout out to Aiden, who told me he was going to put on a clinic on Sunday, and he bet a very good guy in Rory Lavery. It was
yeah,
good to see
yeah,
him back.
yeah.
But yeah, going forward, obviously, this is a nice way to the end of the year. You've got obviously Christmas coming forward. What are you looking at next year? Have you got plans? Or are you just going to kind of wait to see what happens? Will you be looking at to defend the LF? Uh,
LFL.
uh, right. Are you going to be looking to defend the belt, or is there any word on PFL? Or if you can't talk about that, that's completely fine.
As it stands, I really don't know. Like I said, I'm going to take a couple of days off. We have a lot of options now at the moment. Like, there's UFC, there's PFL. I can go back defending on LFL. There's just a lot of options. You know what I mean? But solely, I was just kind of focused on this fight. I didn't look anything past this fight because I knew I had a very, very big challenge in front of me. So I'll definitely just relax for a couple of days. Once we sit down then with the team in the coming days, we'll discuss what we're going through, what we're going to do next or whatever. But regardless, I want to have a busy 2025, whether I don't care what promotion is with. I just want to be active. I want to have at least 3, 4 fights next year because, obviously it was hard enough making weight or lightweight, but I'm sticking on welterweight for another while anyway. So I just want to fight. I just love fighting, and yeah, I just enjoy it. So we'll see. It's going to be a big 2025. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'd love to see a lot more active than you want. Obviously, there was whatever for whatever reasons that there was, and like I just want to say what you went through in the past year and a half as well,
Mm.
mentally to be able to come back from that and withstand the things that happened and then go forward and keep performing
Yeah,
the way that you have. I just want to say it's incredible, and you are like that. You're probably do like the in the gym. You're probably one of the more senior members, I suppose. How
yeah,
does it feel for people to be looking up to you because you're on these shows winning these titles?
yeah. It's it's good, but it's bad at the same time. Because if I don't perform well, then it's like, oh shit, I kind of let the lads down, kind of thing. It's kind of like pushing me to train harder every day. Um, some of the lads are like, oh yeah, you're the team captain and stuff and everything. I'm like, why do I have to be the team captain kind of way? You know what I mean? Everything falls on top of me. But no, it's great, man. I'm blessed to be part of this team. The lads look like some of the younger lads and everything look up to me as well. So that's a good thing. Like I give back to them, and if I have a good performance and everything, I know they'll try and mimic that as well. So they will have a great performance. So it's like I said, we're just bouncing off each other, and it's always good being supported by your teammates, your family, your friends. So whatever I set out to do, I will do it. Like whatever it takes. And yeah, it's a great feeling. It's a lot of pressure, but it's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's good because like that at the end of the day, you have your own fights and stuff to worry about, and then but at least like that, you're looking up and we've talked in depth about yourself and your career
Mm,
and you
mm,
like being able to give back to the community and to your gym and to kids coming through. And that's really
yeah,
essential, I think, in MMA that there's a nice, good role model like that. Like I think it's mad. Like you have to go back to work tomorrow, and I've worked in the same business, and I know how tough it is. It's not easy. How
it,
much is it, like a shot back to earth is that when you have to go in tomorrow, or will you be waiting? Will they have a little homecoming for you?
I feel more than likely there's going to be like a bit of cake and stuff and everything. But no, like the guys in here in Aldi where I work, like it's like a big family as well. You know what I mean? They're very supportive in the way that if I need time off for fights, if I need a week off, if whatever, we'll cover for each other and stuff. You know what I mean? So they always have my back. But yet again, I've been with the company for 6 years, so I have a bit of a leeway. But when I'm in there, I work, and especially now coming up to Christmas, like it's absolutely hectic. So yeah, it's back to being back in work early again, for the rest of the week, and or leading up to Christmas will be long, long hours. I'll be back in at 5 in the morning, so it's just another day. Do you know what I mean? Like you can be all champion all you want or whatever. Once you get home, you're just back to normal life, unless they start making those millions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, life is life, and that's why I like the fact that you'll openly talk about having the job and all because a lot of people coming through might have this misconception. They might look at the likes of Connor. Connor's a unicorn. No one's ever going to make the money he made. That
Yeah,
a lot of fighters have to work when you go through
yeah,
it. That like if you're into fight, you should be into fight and not for the money. And I think it
yeah.
was Limo Griffin said that to me when I was talking about fighter pay. He said they
Mm.
shouldn't be expecting this big money. If you want to fight,
Man, it's crazy. Like, honest to God, like so many people, like random people that will come up to you and be like, "Oh, you're a pro MMA fighter. You must be absolutely minted." I was like, "Bro, if I was minted, you think I'd be still working a full-time job and like having, like still having to pay rent and stuff and everything. You know what I mean? It's not that easy. Like it takes a long time. Like you won't be making any money maybe in the first 6, 7, 8 years, depending where your career takes you. But yeah, it's it's a different lifestyle anyway. I'll tell you that much. There's a lot of sacrifices, but sometimes they pay off.
yeah, no, I can imagine what it's like when you win like that, when you win the double status, the endorphins, and I'd say everything is just it feels surreal, I would say at times, does it? When that happens,
Yeah.
you're on the belt, you're in there, you're getting the interview, and you just stand there like this is it. Like how does what was that feeling with the two of them?
Do you know what it was? It's like I think it's every fighter could say this. It's like when you win, right, and you're getting all these attention and these congratulations and all that stuff. And then after like 3, 4, 5 days, I'll give, say a week, it's you're not getting that anymore, and it's like just back to normal life and normal self and stuff, and it's like I need that again. It's like an addiction. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I want that more. So that's why you're chasing then the next fight to win again, and then be like, get more of these likes and this. But it was great, man. Honestly, I trained so hard for this. The team trained so hard. We put in so much work for this, and it was more of a relief more than anything. Like it was a relief I can actually just go back to my normal self again for a while and yeah, just relax for a little bit, like put my feet up for a couple of days and just zone out. That's why I turned off my phone after the fight, turn off my phone for a day or so, and then just kind of got back to everyone as I go. Like I probably still didn't get back to half the people, but no, it's great. It was a very, very proud moment just to see kind of like see my mom looking at me as well, winning the two belts. And I was like, she's been literally at my fights since my first since my first novice fight. I was like, this is something. Do you know what I mean? From what I started to where I am now, it's been a very, very long road, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, that sounds like such a special moment to have with your mother, that she's been there from day one. And like you said,
Yeah,
we spoke
yeah,
about your day one people and what they mean to you,
yeah,
because
yeah.
everything outside of it can be white noise at times. And
Mm,
like you said,
mm,
MMA is a kind of, what have you done for me lately? So what the attention will go after a few days, it'll come back, but
yeah,
where the real people lie and where your priorities lie. But look,
yeah.
absolutely fantastic speaking to you again. Thank you so much again for taking this interview. It's been great talk to you. Is there anything you want to say before you go?
No, just look, thank you for everyone reaching out to me for the fight and stuff. Dave, thanks for having me on again. It was nice catching up again because it's been a while. Obviously, we're still talking back and forth, but it's been a while. I've been on an interview with you, and yeah, just big up to everyone that's been on top of this journey with me and stuff. Just wish every single one of you a happy Christmas and lovely holidays from me. So yeah, tune in for 2025. It'll be a very, very big year. It'll definitely be a breakout year for me and my career.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And you enjoy your Christmas because you deserve it. It was a good thing the
Thank
fight was
you.
before Christmas. So
Oh, thank God.
thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your
Thanks,
evening. All right.
thanks, Dave. Thank you.